Hello guys, Svetlana Slabak is here. Today I'm going to cover a very sensitive topic. I deeply respect my parents and I deeply respect those who respect their parents, and therefore I've created and keep creating a number of videos and articles explaining adult dependent relative roots. So I've received a number of inquiries where people are asking me whether or not those parents and other dependent relatives who are here as UK visitors can remain on a permanent basis. So in other words, whether or not they can switch to an adult dependent relative route. So in this video, I explain whether or not they can, and I explain what elements should be considered when making such a decision. It's not an easy task, and I strongly encourage you to watch this video until the very end so that you understand how this works and how you can get further help if needed. So let us begin. Okay guys, let me give you an example. Let's call this person Gwen. So Gwen is a citizen of any visa national country or even non-visa national country. She was born, lived and married in her country of origin. This is where her son and two daughters were born. All three children are now British citizens and they are all married and reside in the UK together with their families permanently. I'm just giving you a very common case scenario, and maybe you will resonate with this case scenario as well. So Gwen also is a qualified Montessori trained teacher with a master's degree in English and a diploma in painting, and sadly in 2006 Gwen's husband died, and from September 2007 onwards Gwen became a very frequent visitor to the UK. In 2010, the Home Office granted her UK family visitors visa application. As you know, they're generally granted for 6 months, but if we have a family here, then it can be granted for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years or 10 years. So her family visitors visa was granted for 5 years until 23rd of July 2015. In 2013, Gwen's home in her country of origin burned down because of the defective wiring, and it was too expensive to reinstate it. So Gwen lived with her niece for a short period of time in her country of origin. However, she didn't have any other close relatives or friends there. So she felt increasingly lonely and alienated there. So in June 2014, she traveled to the UK on her visitor's visa, and Gwen never left the country since that time. She remained with her children and grandchildren. With regards to her physical condition, Gwen had arthritis and high blood pressure, but generally she was in good health. And it is important to mention here that Gwen did not want to go back to her country of origin, not because of her health issue, but because she didn't want to feel lonely. And like all mothers, she wanted to remain in the UK and to live with her children and grandchildren. Gwen's kids helped her apply to remain in the UK. So what was the outcome? Lord Justice Underhill and his colleagues answered this fundamental question when considering the case of Mobeen. So the short answer to this question is sadly no, because Gwen's case is very similar to that of Mobeen's case, and unfortunately Mobeen's case was refused. So the purpose of this video is just to explain the key elements of the application and explain why it was refused. The Secretary of State changed the immigration rules in 2012, and from July 2012 parents and other dependent relatives of British citizens can no longer switch in the UK to an adult dependent relative route. So the same rule applies, by the way, to the relatives of those who are settled here in the UK. So in other words, they have indefinite leave to remain, or who are here on refugee or humanitarian protection leave, as well as those who have settled or pre-settled status under the EU settlement scheme. Switching is a legal term defining the process of changing the immigration category in the UK. So before changing the immigration category, let's say you are here as a student and then you marry a British citizen and you would like to apply as a spouse of a British citizen. So in this case, you are switching immigration categories. So before changing any immigration category in the UK, you need to ensure that the rules allow in-country switching. So in the example of a student and a British citizen spouse, switching is allowed. With regards to the adult dependent relatives, switching is not allowed. So if the rules do not allow you to switch to this immigration category, the decision maker will reject the application, and it will be rejected, not refused, on the validity grounds. So as we've established, an adult dependent relative route does not allow in-country switching, not only from a UK visitor category, but from any other UK immigration category. So if you're here as a skilled worker, or if you're here as an investor, tier 1 investor, you cannot switch to an adult dependent relative route. So, and you may ask me, if rules do not allow any in-country switching to an adult dependent relative route, how did Gwen apply to remain here in the UK? As a matter of fact, Gwen made her application on the basis of her private life in the UK. And guys, by the way, I have created a couple of videos and articles explaining this particular route. If you'd like to know more about private life in the UK immigration route, you're very welcome to request this information at ukvisasuccess.com/private life. So the application was refused by the Home Office under the private life rules because they suggested that the person didn't have any significant obstacles to reintegrating into her country of origin where she was born and lived all her life. And then by law, the Home Office has an obligation to decide if the refusal of her application would be unlawful under Article 8. Guys, I did write a number of articles explaining Article 8, but in very, very short and simple terms, Article 8 of the Human Rights Act 1998 is there to protect a person's right to respect for their private and family life. And to succeed under Article 8, Gwen needed to do two things. She needed to prove two elements. First of all, she needed to prove that there were some exceptional circumstances rendering refusal of leave to remain, or in other words, visa, a breach of Article 8, because it would result in unjustifiably harsh consequences for her and other family members. And secondly, she needed to show that the refusal will be unlawful and disproportionate. Okay, so with regards to family life, Gwen was residing with her children for several years in the UK before making her visa application, and her children fully supported her emotionally and financially. So it was not difficult for Gwen to establish the existence of family life, and actually it was not even argued in Mobin case, so it was accepted that the family life existed. The question was it unlawful and disproportionate? The critical point here is that Gwen established her family life in the UK when her immigration status was precarious. So in other words, she did not have settled immigration status in the UK when making her visa application. So from July 2015, she did not have any rights to remain at all, because her visitor's visa, as you may recall, was granted for 5 years and expired in July 2015. Therefore, it was decided that unfortunately the refusal would not result in unjustifiably harsh consequences for the applicant. So in other words, she could not prove that there were some exceptional circumstances. And to be fair, the judge, Lord Justice Underhill, did search for such exceptional circumstances when considering Mobin's case. Gwen's arthritis and high blood pressure were relevant when considering her application. However, the fact that medication was widely available in her country of origin knocked the case out of the exceptionality area on medical grounds. Also, there was a case, a Rebelli case in 2018, which was, by the way, an adult dependent relative entry clearance case. Entry clearance means an application made outside the UK, and the judge made it clear that that it is the physical and not emotional factor that matters in adult dependent relatives cases. So they will not consider the emotional need of the applicant. And although, strictly speaking, Mobin's and Gwen's case were not adult dependent relatives cases, they were considered through the prism of this immigration route because these were submitted by elderly people over 65. So unfortunately, Gwen's and Mobin cases were refused, and it was confirmed that UK visitors cannot switch to an adult dependent relative immigration routes. In fact, no one can. All adult dependent relatives applications should be made from outside the UK. And to succeed in their applications, they will need to meet the relevant requirements. And I did create a special video explaining what these requirements are, but very quickly, just to give you a summary here. In addition to proving the relationship and the financial requirement, which I've discussed in my other video on adult dependent relatives, there is this care component where all applicants will need to show that as a result of age, illness or disability, they require a long-term personal care to perform everyday tasks, and also that this care is either unavailable in their country of origin, even with the practical and financial help of the sponsor, or this help is simply unaffordable. And this is a very, very high threshold for cases, and therefore, guys, I've created this video to help you understand better how the consideration process works. So here, once again, I would like to emphasize that it is very important to understand that they'll need to prove the existence of physical needs of the applicant. So the existence of a family life and emotional needs, even if established successfully, unfortunately, is not enough to win the case. And guys, you may ask me, okay, so what if my parents, or if you are an adult watching this video, if I go outside the UK and apply to enter the UK as an adult dependent relative, will this work? And this is actually the question so many people ask me on a daily basis, and this is actually why I've created this video, and this is actually why I'm writing the articles explaining this route. You need to consider before making the application the following factors. First of all, you need to understand that it will cost you at least £3,250 to make an adult dependent relative application, and that is at the time of recording of this video, and the fees do go up on an annual basis, usually in April. And that is, guys, if you decide to make an application without legal assistance. So you can pretty much double the amount if you ask an experienced immigration advisor to assist you with an application, and you are very likely to triple this cost if the Home Office refuses the application and you choose to appeal against the decision. Of course, the numbers are approximate, but I hope that you get the picture. These applications are incredibly expensive, and the threshold for them is incredibly high, and the refusal rate is simply astronomical. The biggest problem, as I see it, is in the fact that people who make the applications do not simply understand the rules. And unfortunately, as we've seen with Gwen, it is not enough to be an over 65 widowed parent or relative with some minor illnesses and deep emotional dependency to win the case. Unfortunately, this is no longer enough. After 2012, they've changed the rules, and it is not enough to win the cases. And guys, to help those who send me desperate and heartbreaking emails inquiring about adult dependent routes, I've created the online course. It is very short and simple. It is called How to Avoid the Refusal of Your Adult Dependent Relative Visa Application, and you can get more information and instant access to the course if you click the link below. So, although not a very positive news, I truly hope that you found this video useful, because at least now you understand what you need to prove in order to succeed in your adult dependent relative visa application, and you will consider very carefully whether or not you would like to make any application to switch to this particular immigration category here in the UK, because strictly speaking, this is not allowed. If you found this video useful, it will mean the world to me if you give me a thumbs up and also forward this to those who need it, because who knows, maybe this will help them avoid the refusal of their visa application. Thank you very much for watching, and have an amazing week. I would like to invite you to visit this page, ukvisasuccess.com/more, where you'll find plenty of free immigration resources explaining various immigration rules. And I also invite you to subscribe to a new, very, very succinct and short newsletter where I'll be updating you on various changes in the world of UK immigration law, and also I will be sending various exclusive invitations to the members of ukvisasuccess.com community. You'll only be able to get these offers if you are subscribed to this newsletter. Have an amazing week, guys.